Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be installing a new inverter. I am moving away from Renogy purely because I just haven't had great experiences with them in the past. When I did my caddy video, I ordered the, I think it's like a Phoenix power bank, I think that's what it was called, which was great. I did enjoy it. I sold it with the van, but I bought the solar panel to go with it. When they sent it out to me, they didn't even supply the right cables. Took ages to try and get a new one. I ended up just buying another one just in case it was a mistake. Got that one, same problem. So they were just shipping these out without the right cables to go with anything. That was that. I've had 3 of their inverters now. So the first 1000 watt inverter that I bought from them, a part went wrong on it. Basically it wouldn't work running off my leisure battery. However, the way that it has like the 240 plug on it, so you could plug it into a 240 socket and it would give you pure sine wave power, basically. I ended up sending that one to Ash from Lost in Europe. His generator didn't have a pure sine wave output on it, so I said, well, this still works. You could plug it in and then get pure sine wave out of it, and then you'll be able to use it. I then bought a 3000 watt one, which I do still have in the van, but it's completely overkill for us now. I brought it because we were going to use an induction hob. Induction hob just proved too juicy, so we moved back to LPG. So then, because we didn't need that, I had another 1000 watt Renogy inverter. Put that back in the van, and then just before we went away, it blew up. One of the capacitors, I believe they were, just exploded inside. We had a big pop, had some white smoke, and yeah, that was that. Now, luckily, I posted on my Instagram saying this just happened, you know, inverter casually blowing up. And Voltanic, who supplied the solar panels and the MPPT charger, a product that I'm very happy with. It's been performing excellent. They were like, oh, we've actually got some new ones coming out, so do you fancy one? And of course I said yes. Now Voltanic gave me the option of what size inverter I wanted. So I could have gone for the 1200 watt, I could have gone for the 2000 watt or the 3000 watt. Obviously I don't need the 3000, didn't need that. I could have gone for the 1200 watt and it could have been perfect for us. But I decided to go for the 2000 just in case we ever upgrade anything or potentially get an air fryer. So yeah, just to be safe, I went for a 2000 watt inverter. So let's go ahead and unbox it and let's see what they've actually given us. Right, straight out of the box, we've got a nice earth cable. We've got 2 very nice power cables. Lugs all look really good. Nice heat shrink. Good to see. Right, we've got our little booklet. Have a little read through that later. So we do have a little control panel as well, plenty of cable on it. It is bigger than the Renogy one, so I'm going to have to do some modifications to make this fit. Right, never seen this before. They've actually given me a spanner. A 14 and a 17 mil spanner. Also giving us some fuses as well. Right, yeah, so they've actually given you a spanner for the nuts. So if you are a complete novice and you are building your camper van, you don't have the right spanner, don't worry. They provide one for you. That's brilliant. So what you do have on here are 2 AC outputs. 2 standard USB outlets on here and 1 fast charge outlet, and then you've also got type C 40 watt outlet right there. So that is very handy if you don't want to be running loads of sockets around your van. If you're having a very basic setup, this could work very nicely. You've also got, there's a little display there as well. So if you're not running one of these, it will just show you straight on here. And you should, yeah, you've got your remote input there as well for the controller. On off, fault light, power light, and then 2 big fans as well. So far, so good. Now, we need to go and fit this, but to make life a little bit easier, because I've also got some other bits that I need to do, I'm going to go and remove the driver's seat. Right, another reason I wanted to take the seat out is because I need to hoover. As you may know, I have a Siberian Husky and hair gets everywhere in the van, so I need to keep on top of it. So recently I have done a few little changes in here, so that's why you have cables like this. So once this is out, I'm going to tidy everything up and make room for the new inverter. Let's start getting this out. Right, that is a proper crappy design from Renogy. Basically, where the terminals are, right behind those are the screws. So, how are you ever meant... I obviously did it at some point, I get that. We're in business, people. Be gone. Right, now that's out, let's have a little bit of a tidy up. Alright, I didn't really want to take the battery out today because it's bloody heavy, and just the position that it's in just makes it so awkward to get out. But anyway, it's out now, and the only reason that I had to take it out was because the old Renogy remote, there's a bloody cable tie around it right there. But at least this gives me the opportunity to tidy some more things up. Just getting distracted. I need to put this new inverter in. This is the only reason I've done the video. Quickly tidy this up and then we'll put the new inverter in. Right, that's all tidied up now. I've cable tied a few more things out of the way and it's had a little hoover. So before I put the new inverter in, I just need to install the new controller, and it's just a little bit bigger than the Renogy one, so I'm just going to mark around it and make the hole a little bit bigger. Let's just eyeball this for level. Pretty nice. It's going to get very loud. Okay, that's in. The only thing I'd say that I don't like is obviously you have a lip here. You don't have a lip top and bottom, so you need to cut it out pretty neat. I cut on the other side of the line just to give it a bit of wiggle room, but I shouldn't have done that. So I will have to make this a bit tidier, top and bottom. But I think that's probably me just again being a bit picky. Obviously the 2000 watt inverter is smaller than the 3000 watt. Not just in power but also in size. Which means that I've got a lot more room either side to connect things, disconnect things, screw it to the wall. So for me it works a lot better. Now, obviously Voltanic did supply power cables for this, however because of my setup I've cut cables to certain lengths and put new lugs on the end of it. So I'm going to reuse what I've already got in here. I know that they are already rated for it. When we had the old Renogy one that was in here and we had the induction hob and we were running through that, there was absolutely no problems with any of my cables. They're definitely all rated perfectly fine for this, so I would use the Voltanic ones, but for this I'm just going to reuse my old ones, and I don't have any lugs, so I can't cut it all to size. So I have put the earth cable on, and I'm just going to run it to my grounding bus bar over here. It's the best place and the closest place for it. So yeah, just to be extra safe, that's where that's going to go. I think what I will also do is move it over here slightly, just so I can get to all of the plugs and the USB ports, which are going to be very handy. And we got a cheeky little grounding point for it. Looks like we do. Alright, let's plug in the remote. Voila. Now, one thing I do have to check is that I can get my battery in and out, because with the old one it came all the way down to here and I couldn't do that before. Didn't tell you that I woke up with a bad back this morning, did I? Oh yeah. Right, you stay up there. Oh yes. That's going to make life so much easier in the future. So the fact that this has USB sockets on it, what we used to do is run this cable for our internet and plug it in down here, which is why I put this in. What I could do now is run it into there, and then whenever we just pop the inverter on just for a little bit, it will give it a little charge. Brilliant. Where should we bring you up, little fella? Alright, let's connect it up and test it. Nice. Right, that is it in and working perfectly. You've got a sort of operating temperature that it's running at, how much output there is. So at the moment I've got my laptop on charge and a electric toothbrush. So there's 231 volts of output at the moment. And the fan isn't running really loud at all. Well, it's not on at the moment. It doesn't need to be on. I'm not pulling a lot of power. But it's nice to know that even when you're just pulling a little bit of power, you haven't got a massive fan whirring away, and obviously this has two. So over on the little display, what you can do is just push the on button and you'll have everything come up. But this is to basically turn it on and off, so you don't have to keep on reaching around. So if you just hold it down, it will turn it off. Hold it down, it will turn it on. You've also got a backlight display as well, so if you just want to have a quick little peek, that just turns it on and off. And then you've got like a little reverse thing, so you can either have it running at 220 volts or 230 volts, so depending on what you need. Now, a good thing about this is that it has everything that all the others have. So it's got over temperature protection, short circuit protection, over voltage protection, overload protection, battery voltage low protection, reverse polarity protection. It's got everything that you need just to make sure everything is safe. There is a fuse inside, so the fuses that I showed you earlier, there's a fuse inside, so if it does go, that's the first thing that I'll inspect. 4 screws at the side, pop it off and just replace the fuse. No problems. Really happy with it. It seems to be working absolutely perfectly. Nice and easy to install. Gave you some tools as well, which is really handy. I can get my battery in and out now, and we're not running 3000 watts of pure sine wave inverter. But this is a little bit still overkill, but it allows us to upgrade anything in the future. It was like a happy medium, sort of what I wanted. Right, I'm going to put the seat and everything back in now. That's me all done. Just want to say another thank you to Voltanic for sending this out to me. It's another great bit of kit, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring out in the future. They're a great company to work with, and I've had absolutely no problems. Got the MPPT charger, got the solar panels, pure sine wave inverter. Let's see what the DC to DC is that they're going to bring out as well, and what batteries they also offer. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.